Hey, in this video, I'm going to show you 3 proven ways to find keywords, and then I'm going to show you my step-by-step framework for picking the right keywords to target. In fact, I've used this exact process you're about to learn to rank on the first page of Google for super competitive keywords like Blogspot, Ahrefs, and backlinks. I'm Nathan Gotch, the founder of Gotch SEO, and today I'm going to show you my step-by-step keyword research process that I've never shared with the public. And make sure you watch this entire training video because I'm going to give you my in-house keyword research template and step-by-step SOP that I use for all of my agency's SEO campaigns. So please keep watching. So when I was new to SEO, I would spend hours finding keywords for my niche. But what I realized is that after many wasted hours is that this was totally unnecessary. What I've learned is that most people go way overboard during the research phase because it's the easy thing to do. The problem is that researching doesn't produce results. And that's why I completely changed my approach and set limits for how long my team or me could spend trying to find keywords. And I also limited the tools that we could use for finding new keywords. And this greatly improved our efficiency during this stage. And the end result was a refined keyword research template and step-by-step process. And that's exactly what I'm going to show you today. Now, I'm going to walk you through the process of finding keywords and then selecting the right keywords to target. That means instead of me just telling you what to do, I'll actually be showing you the process so you can copy it for yourself. Let's jump in. So for this demonstration, I'm going to show you how to find keywords for a supplement company. I'll be showing you 3 different methods you can use, and number 3 is my personal favorite, so please keep watching. So the first method is to use the Google Keyword Planner. People love to hate on the Google Keyword Planner, but most keyword research tools do nothing more than actually pull data from the Google Keyword Planner. So why not go directly to the source instead? Well, the issue is that the Google Keyword Planner doesn't show exact search volume if you aren't paying for their advertising. So the workaround is to set up an advertising campaign with a very small budget. And I usually just target branded phrases like Gotch SEO so I can see all of the data that I need. But for this demonstration, I'm going to assume you don't want to pay for advertising. So the Google Keyword Planner will still give you a range of search volume, which is still better than nothing. So here's what you need to do. Go to Google Ads, click on Tools, click on the Keyword Planner, click on Find Keywords, and then enter a broad keyword related to your campaign. So for this example, I'll use protein powder. Click Download Keyword Ideas, open the file, and add all the keyword ideas to the keyword research sheet. The other method you can use is to enter a competitor's URL. Click on the Find Keywords option again and enter a competitor's URL. For this example, I'll use bodybuilding.com. Click Keyword Ideas, open the file, and add all the keyword ideas to the keyword research sheet. The second method I love to use for finding keyword ideas is Ubersuggest. This is one of my primary tools because it gives you search volume right out of the gate. So go to Ubersuggest and enter a broad keyword related to the campaign in the search bar. For this example, I'll use fat burner. Click Export to CSV, open up the file and copy the keyword and search volume columns, and then add it to the Google Sheet. And the last keyword research method, which is my personal favorite, is to use Ahrefs Content Gap tool. Go to Ahrefs and click on the Site Explorer, enter your domain, and click Competing Domains. Then right-click on Content Gap and open it in a new tab. Copy the top 3 competing domains and add each domain in the Content Gap tool. Then export all the ideas you find, open the file, copy the ideas, and add them to the Google Sheet. So now at this point, you'll have a nice list of prospective keywords, but there will often be one problem. You'll have duplicates. So the next part of the process is to actually delete all the duplicate keywords that you probably found in this process. So here's how you do it. Open the keyword research sheet, click the Keywords tab, click on the empty cell under the keywords clean and enter the following formula: =, unique, and then do A3 through B, and then click enter. And then highlight columns C and D, copy these columns, and then right click while the column is still highlighted, and then select paste special and choose paste values only. Then highlight columns A and B, right click, and then delete the columns. Now at this point, you've deleted all the duplicates and it's time to prioritize these keywords based on competition. So one of the fastest ways to do this is to use Ahrefs keyword difficulty tool. Here's how you do it. Go back to the keyword sheet and copy a maximum of 100 keyword ideas, then open up Ahrefs and click on the Keyword Explorer. Paste your keywords and start the analysis. Then click on the Metrics tab and export. And after you've gathered the keyword difficulty for all of your keywords, it's time to select 10 that you believe would be good targets for your campaign. And don't worry, these aren't necessarily going to be the keywords you're going to go after because we'll be doing one more level of keyword qualification after this. So in this case, I'm going to select these 10 target keywords because A, they have decent search volume, and B, they have a low keyword difficulty score. After you've selected 10 keyword targets, it's time to do the second level of keyword qualification. I call this the 10-second competitor analysis, and this is truly one of the fastest ways to prioritize your list of keywords. So here's what you do. Download the Ahrefs or Moz toolbar, go to Google and enter one of your 10 prospective keywords. Now, all you're going to do is scan the results and look for positive or negative signs. Here's some good signs you want to look for. Number one, there are low authority websites. Any page ranking with a DA or DR lower than 50 is a good sign. Number two, there are YouTube videos. This is another good sign because YouTube pages usually aren't content rich. Number three, there are subdomains, or better known as Web 2.0s, and these are usually low authority and pretty easy to beat. Number four, there are forum or Quora threads, and these pages can be content rich, but the information is usually unorganized. And so I consider it a good sign when I see these types of results. Number five, there are press releases, ezine articles, eHow articles, hub pages, etc. Any general article website or press release website is generally a good sign. Number six, there are limited SERP features. Less SERP features means more SERP click-through rate for you in most cases. Number seven, there are Google ads. If advertisers are willing to invest money into your prospective keyword, you know it has value. Now, those are all the good signs, but here are some bad signs that you want to look out for. Number one, there are super authoritative websites. If all the ranking pages are authoritative DA or DR 70+, then it's a bad sign. This isn't to say that you can't beat authoritative websites. It's just much harder and costly, and it will likely take longer. Number two, there are excessive SERP features. As I mentioned above, your CTR will decrease if Google is serving many SERP features. Now, it's possible for your website to get into these SERP features, but it isn't as predictable as traditional organic search rankings. So now let me show you the 10-second competitor analysis in practice. I'm going to analyze 3 keywords from my keyword set, and then I'll tell you whether or not they pass or fail using the 10-second competitor analysis. I'm going to start with the keyword phrase "Go Mad Diet," and this is a keyword that gets around 2,100 searches per month and has a keyword difficulty score of 1. Okay, I'm here on Google, and now what I'm going to do is analyze Go Mad Diet using the 10-second competitor analysis. And hopefully it takes 10 seconds, but because I'm explaining it, it'll probably take a little bit longer. So let's see what's going on with this search. So the first thing that you want to do once the search is complete, I like to immediately hit the Ahrefs toolbar so we can get that loading. And then from there, what I want to do is just start kind of looking at the results, kind of see what Google's delivering. So right away, we see a few things. We see that there's a featured snippet here. Obviously, we would want to get in here, and if we can't, it's going to reduce our click-through rate for this keyword. So that's something you want to keep in mind. And also, we have some other SERP features here, which are the FAQ features. And obviously, we can get into this as well. But any type of search features like this are going to push the results down further and further. Just keep going down the list. And basically, what I want to look for is, are there websites ranking that have lower authority that we could eventually beat? So in this case, the first ranking result has a DR of 72. So this is a pretty strong website. They have a lot of authority. They have a lot of backlinks, and they actually occupy the top 2 results. And this is actually a good sign because if they're occupying the top 2 results, it's usually an indication that this keyword hasn't been hammered and that it's pretty low competition. So I would be excited if I saw 2 websites ranking for the same keyword phrase. And then once again, go here, we have another ranking result that's 65, so it's pretty strong. And then we have more SERP features, which is YouTube. an alternative thing we could do, in addition to creating our keyword targeted page for Go Mad Diet, we could also create a video around that same keyword and try to rank that in YouTube as well. Because if we do that the right way, we can actually get a few different placements on this page for this single keyword. So in reality, if we really optimize this page well, we create a really great piece of content around Go Mad Diet, we could actually rank in 1 spot, 2 spots, 3 spots, 4 different spots for a single keyword. And so as you can imagine, the type of click-through rate and brand equity that we'll build by doing something like that. So just something to keep in mind. But to keep going through here, we have another page ranking. They have a DR of 60, so not too strong. And as we go down the list, it seems to be getting weaker and weaker. So DR 47, not very strong. DR 37, not strong at all. And then we even actually have a DR 25, which is very weak. So we could beat all of these guys pretty easily. But as we go up the list, it's going to get harder and harder. So pushing these top 3 guys out would be a challenge, but it can definitely be done. Now, the other thing I'm looking at are the types of pages that are ranking. So right now my results are set to show 100. So some of these are going to be off the first page. But this one right here is particularly important because there's a forum thread from 2010 that's ranking for this keyword phrase. And so whenever I see forum threads, I get really excited because it's a great indication that this is a low competition keyword. So just based on this quick analysis, I would say that this is a qualified keyword to go after. And I would want to explore it a little bit deeper to see how I'm going to be able to rank for it. But just from this analysis, definitely it is qualified and a good one to pursue. Now let me analyze the keyword phrase, when to take BCAs, which has around 1,700 searches per month and also a keyword difficulty score of 1. Okay, so I'm here on Google again, and I'm gonna show you the 10-second competitor analysis for when to take BCAs. So once again, we're just scanning the results and we're seeing what's going on. So like the result before for Go Mad Diet, we're looking at some SERP features. So we have a featured snippet box, and then we have people also ask box as well. So once again, obviously we'd want to get our site up in here, but keep in mind if you don't, your CTR will be lower. So now we're going to look through here. It looks like we have #1 ranking result is a DR of 35. So this is a great sign, and I would be really excited about this. Second one's a DR 57, which is good. And then we have a DR 85, but the fact that they're being beat by a DR 35 website is an indication that we could also beat them as well. We'll keep going down here. Pretty authoritative websites going through, except for the top ranking. Have more SERP features. So once again, we could create a video around this concept, knowing that Google is showing videos or this type of SERP feature for this particular keyword phrase. So we can get a lot of bang for our buck by focusing on this particular keyword phrase. And once again, just keep going through, and it looks like these are mainly just going to be articles. There's nothing here that looks incredibly weak. There aren't forum threads or core threads or anything like that. But the biggest qualifier for me is that this website is ranking #1 and they only have a DR 35. So this would definitely be a qualified keyword that I would want to go after. And the last sample keyword is protein before bed, which has approximately 1,800 searches per month and a keyword difficulty of 5. And the last example is protein before bed. So we're going to do a 10-second competitor analysis for this one. And once again, we're starting to notice a trend with these health-based keywords. There are a lot of SERP features. So that's just something to keep in mind. And as we go through here, we're looking at the strength of these domains. So we got a DR 90, so that's a little alarming. And a DR 75, 63, 90, 80. And then we have a 38 that snuck in here. This probably wouldn't be a priority keyword that you want to go after because of the authority that's ranking. But because we do see this DR 38, it probably be one that we want to go after in the future, at least when our website authority has grown a lot, then you could go after it. Once again, more SERP features with the video, so we could create a video around this concept as well. But as we go through here, you can tell this is a pretty competitive keyword because there are a lot of authority websites ranking for it. A lot of authority websites are targeting it. So this would definitely be a tough one to rank for if you don't have a lot of experience. But the fact that there is this DR 38 in here is an indication that you can definitely compete or at least get onto the first page. And the other thing that's interesting is this freshness right here. So 6 days ago, this was supposedly published. Now, whether that's true or not, we'd have to do more investigation. But that's also a good sign because it's showing that a page that doesn't have a lot of age and doesn't have a lot of authority or existing backlinks is ranking well. And of course, this is a very strong domain, but this is still a good sign too that a brand new page is already ranking on the first page. So like I said, this wouldn't be my first target. It wouldn't be at the top of my priority list, but it definitely would be one that I probably would go after in the future. And if anything, I may break it down a little bit further and just do Ubersuggest and see maybe there's one that's a little less competitive that we can go after as well. So that's it. So now what do you do if a keyword doesn't pass this initial test? Well, don't delete the keyword from your list. Just push it down the priority list because you could target it in the future when your website becomes more authoritative. And I recommend going through this process until you have at least 5 to 10 well-qualified target keywords. And after you have these 5 to 10 keywords that have passed the 10-second competitor analysis, it's time to gather data to see what you're truly up against. And this stage of the process will also give you the intel you need to understand what it will actually take to beat your competitors for each individual target keyword. So here's what you need to do. Select one of your keywords and open up Ahrefs and click on the Keyword Explorer tool. Then scroll down and export the results. Open up the sheet I've provided, and now you'll begin entering data and intel about these competitors. Now, while analyzing the competitors on a one-to-one basis may be helpful, the goal here is to gather averages and then use that as our guiding light. So with that said, add the URL, backlinks, referring domains, and domain rating information from our Ahrefs export. And then the next part of the process is time-consuming but well worth it. Copy the first URL and open up this word counter tool. Enter the URL and copy the word count and add it in the words column. The next step is to get the page loading speed for each of the competitors. While this step isn't totally necessary, but it helps identify weaknesses in your competitors. Just copy your competitors' URLs and open up Pingdom's site speed tool, and then copy the site speed and add it to the speed column. The next column, page type, requires a manual analysis, and there are only a few different options for this column. Either it's going to be a home page, a category page, a product page, a blog post, or other. And this is important because we'll want to model the page type that Google is showing for your target keyword. And the final stage of this process is to gather metrics for your page if you've already attempted to target this keyword. Now, the beauty of gathering metrics like this is that it gives you a clear direction and targets. For example, you'll know approximately how many backlinks you'll need to compete for this keyword phrase. Now, of course, not all backlinks are created equal, but I'll cover that in video 3 in this training series. So that is all you need to know about finding and qualifying keywords. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you can download the exact keyword research template and step-by-step procedure I used in this training below the video. In the next video, I'll be showing you how to create incredible pages for your target keywords so you can dominate the first page of Google. Talk soon.